I'm Mrs. Midnight, and since I'm very happy to see that you are liking this new series of the channel analyzing the shippings of Sally Phelps, we're going to begin the analysis of the fanfic couples with the shippings dedicated to Ashely Campbell and Travis Phelps.
It's madness. It's madness, I tell you. For the love of God, Monica, don't do it! Thank you.
Among the two shippings that I saw for Ashely, strange as it may sound, this one sounds much more feasible to me than the one with Maple. Because despite having several reasons against it that we are going to discuss in a minute, I do see a possibility of these characters being brought together, that one particular situation in the game being just a little bigger. Since we know there are several, let's start with the reasons against it.
Now listen up, big guy. I'll give you 3 reasons to not ship those two.
Reason number 1. Travis is homosexual and I don't think he's gonna like a chick. How many times do I have to tell you? It's hypothetical. Hypothetical. And I see hatred. Despise Duvus. Reason number 2. Look what she saw him do.
Well, what does that have to do with...
No, it wasn't right. On one hand, we know that Travis likes men and that he doesn't seem to be into women as well. And on Ashely's side, although she likes men, it would be very hard for her to look Travis's way because even before we see him punching Sal, he already couldn't stand him because Travis's prejudices were not only against Sal, but against his whole friend group because of integrating members of the LGBT community that Travis's father taught him to despise. Not to mention that we also see Travis being blatantly rude to Ashely, telling her shut up bitch when she tries to defend Sal. Because besides not wanting her to meddle in their problem, he was also probably jealous since Sal was his romantic interest. So needless to say that this couple would be very unlikely to occur, due to the mutual despise between the two characters, where Travis probably sees Ash as an obstacle that doesn't let him approach Sal, and Ashely despises him as well, due to seeing him as an unbearable bully with weird tastes even in food.
If your intention was to shoot an arrow through my heart, bullseye!
Remember that in the 3rd chapter she mocks him saying, this guy is completely abnormal, he doesn't even like the pizza Fridays, who doesn't like pizza? But despite being difficult to happen, this shipping in particular doesn't seem completely impossible to me, because these characters could have been brought together had Travis made a different decision in chapter 5, when Ashely invited him to try to escape with her and rescue Todd, Neil and Maple from the cult. In the 5th chapter, if you remember, Ash tells Travis that if he helps her, they could rescue Todd, Neil and Maple from the temple and fight the cult together. Travis refuses this, thinking of it as a suicidal and impossible mission, but then Ashely prompts him to honor the good that Sal saw in him, and that now she is seeing as well, discovering that he is the cultist that's been helping them all the time. Unfortunately, Travis's father's abuses have made him feel so helpless at that point that this helplessness surpassed his courage and will to fight. But what would have happened if Ash's words would have resonated more in him, or if there had been more time for these characters to get to know each other and understand each other better? Even if Ashely hated Travis, when she found out that he was the cultist that was helping them all the time, she instinctively felt compassion for him, seeing that he was not only beaten up by his father, but also caught by the activities of the cult. Of course, Travis immediately takes a defensive stance, like don't act like you care and what have you, but this is due to him living all his life in a dysfunctional family with an abusive father that has made him feel impossible to love. But knowing Ashely's character, I'm sure her compassion was genuine, and that if Travis has gone with her and escaped together to rescue the other 3, difficult as it sounded, but if they had pulled it off, maybe it would have taken time, but eventually Ashely and Neil would have started to treat Travis like another member of the group, like another friend. And who knows, that friendship could derivate in something else. Alright, I accept that they could become friends eventually. Friends, sure. But there's only one little problem, one little teeny but a very important detail.
Travis is gay!
Yes, I'm aware, and the first thing I want to make clear is that I do not base this shipping on thinking that Travis could become straight or bisexual, because I don't. I think he is gay and that he probably would remain gay, but that this couple could form not because of passion, not because of gifts, but because of something that can sometimes be just as powerful in certain circumstances. And this is vulnerability, because both Ash and Travis are grieving for losing the man that they love, since they were both in love with Sal Fisher. So they do not only share the grieving of losing him, but also the impotence of not being able to save him and not even have been able to tell him how they felt. So had these two characters escaped the temple together and in consequence collaborated to defeat the cult, in the dead times of the mission, they would certainly have had a lot to talk about, and who knows, in time maybe they would have discovered that despite hating each other's gods, they have more in common than they think, starting by the fact that they share the same grieving for the same man. So who knows, maybe derivating from this, from accompanying and understanding each other's sorrow and pain, they could have very well derivated to something else. And who knows, maybe in a very bizarre and strange way, but these characters getting together could even honor Sal's memory by joining the two people that love him the most.
Alright, don't get all sloppy. No one likes to kiss ass.
Oh, you know what? This is a romance video and my midnighters know me already, so I'm going to be as cheesy and corny as I want.
Oh, well, I guess that's cool.
But at any rate, the verdict of our meters for this shipping is the following. When it comes to the toxicity, clearly if we base on what we see when they are in high school, they are a septic tank. But if the story developed like we thought in this imaginary case where they collaborate together against the cult, since they would start as a relationship of collaborating as partners, that eventually could evolve into a friendship and then something else, I think that Travis and Ash could actually be not only a feasible, but also a neutral like 50-50 or even a good couple depending on how they manage things. Since first of all it would be gradual, not abrupt or out of the blue, and second of all it would be first a friendship and then evolve into love. And whether it would incline more to the neutral side of things or to the good couple would depend, at least on an important level, on Travis's preference. If Travis's homosexuality made it completely impossible for him to be attracted to Ash, then I would think the best they could get is a neutral, a 50-50, because whether they would live without any kind of intimacy, that it doesn't work for everyone but it can work for some couples, or they would have a polyamorous relationship where they do not have intimacy together but they have it with other people. Whether this went good or bad would depend on their preferences, on their maturity, on their agreements, and how they manage things. But if Ashely in this case was the exception to the rule and Travis was actually attracted to her, in this case I do think that they could make a solid good couple, not only for having the full package in this aspect, but also for helping each other grow and overcome their pain. And now let's take a look at our realometer that puts them in level 2, meaning unlikely. I cannot put them higher because given all the factors against, that he's gay, that they hate each other and everything else, it would just be very complicated for them to even look each other's way, and let alone for them to become an official couple. But I do not put them on the lowest level of illogical either, because unlike the previous shipping of this video, this one actually surprised me a lot as I started analyzing it. Because I mean, when I started writing the screenplay, I swear guys, I thought of Travis and Ashely like in the Princess Diary 2, in the scene on the fountain when they are saying it to each other, I hate you more, and they're slapping each other and then they kiss.
I loathe you.
I loathe you.
I loathe you first.
I swear, I thought it was gonna be like that with those two, but the more I analyzed, the more I thought, how could it come to be, if it ever would? I got greatly surprised that if these two characters, Travis and Ashely, would get together, their bond would be impressively deep. And Travis being one of my favorite characters of the game, this really was a great surprise. But now it's your turn. You tell me in the comments what you thought about this shipping or the previous one. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell so YouTube lets you know when I upload the next chapter, where we will be talking about the shippings of Todd Morrison. For now, Mrs. Midnight loves you and hopes to see you next time. Until very soon.